Now let's learn about type of props or prop types in TypeScript with React. So let me create one folder here called components. Components. In this, we will create a file called home.tsx. tsx. It will be a functional component like this. Now let me render the component in app.tsx. So import home from components home and return it after the or in the div like this. That's done. And I'm not seeing any output here. I mean, we're not running the script because it will be useless. Because even if we have some errors or warnings, the code will still run. TypeScript only tells you the error that we have in the code, in the VS Code. So I'm only using VS Code now, showing in the VS Code. So let me pass one prop here called name, which will be Nishant. Now save the file and we will see an error currently. That is, this name does not exist on the home.tsx. So we can get props from this. Now the error in the app.tsx will disappear because we have added the prop here. I mean, we're getting the data that we're sending. So now if you hover this, we will see that it has been declared, but the value is never read. So we can read its value like this, props. Now we will see this error that it has an any type. So let me define one type here called, let's say, home, or let's say name. Okay, not name, let's say home or home type equals to this. And in this, we will use the definition of this prop types, which will be a string. So we can say name that we are passing here, which will be a string, string. Now feed the home type as type here like this, and it will go away. Now the error is here and it says that the type home type is not assignable to React node because this is a node. To fix this, we can simply do props.name to get the name from here. Now save this and it will throw no errors like this. Fine. This is how we target props in TypeScript. If you have another one like age, which will be a number, let's say 24, no 26. Fine. If we hover this, we will get the error because we don't have age here in this type. If you add age here, which will be a number, this error will go away in the app.tsx. And then we can say is simple. Okay, let me write the full string props.age years old, and we have an error. Okay, the error is here. What is the error? This JSX tags children prop expects a single child of type React node, but multiple children were provided. So we can convert it to fragment and it will work then like this. Fine. So this is how we use prop types or type of props in React and TypeScript. But that's not all. I have only showed you how to handle this types for only type of data which is primitive, like a string or number or a boolean value. What about if we have a object or an array? So for example, let me create one object here called let object equals to this. It will have a name called Nishant and some age called 26. Now let me pass this here, remove all of these things and pass it as an object, like as props. So the first error will we get is here that this is not existing on the home.tsx. So we can remove all of these. Let me remove this as well and this. Now if you just leave it as props, this error will disappear. So save this, but it should say that we cannot read the value. So to read the value, we can say props.name, props.object.name, object.name. but still we haven't defined the type of the props. So let's create a type here, which will be type of, let's say, object, like this, or let's say object type. In this type, we will have another object, which will be this object. So we can define the object which has a name, it's a string, and we have an age which is a number. So just feed it to this, like this. I mean, not the object, add the object type. And the convention is that you should have camel case here for types. So if we save this, we will have no errors. One more thing I want to show you, we are getting the object here as prop type because we have an object here. If we change the name of the prop like this, we will get an error that this is not existing on this home component. To solve this, we can simply name it name and it will be solved. And then here we will get an error that this object is not inside the object type. So we can simply add it here to fix all the errors. So that's how TypeScript checks types for object. So let me revert all the things back and save. Now let me demonstrate this typing or prop types for an array of objects. Let me create it first here. Then we have to pass it. Let me pass array obj like this. So the error will be here that this is not here, not existing inside. So we can remove this type here and this type. And as soon as we remove, the error will be here that they should have a type. So let me create the type of this array of object. So we can say type type array obj equals to this. So inside we will have this one, array object, I mean array obj again. So we can just make this as array type or array object type to avoid confusion. So in the type, we will have array object colon square angular brackets and then a square bracket, because if you hover this array obj, we will see array obj, this angular brackets and the square brackets. That's why we are getting it or saving it like this. It will have a name which will be a string, then an age, a number. Then just need to do is feed the type to this props and all your problems will go away, all the warnings and errors. And that's how we do this for array of objects.